A lyrical
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't Sktv menu. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I didn't ya to money, and I sang ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money. And I sang ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money. And I don't get it now ya to money. That's the TV. And I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside River G to G, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monster Rider, San to Backbaloo, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
In the Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa, and Sktv, we are the best around the world. We bring you the news right to your doorstep, and exactly that's what we do here. We don't pick and choose. We have no sides for us. We are 100% independent. Yes, indeed, we bring you all of the happening. All we want is better Liberia. As long as Liberia is better, all of us, our lives will get better. You will not see one group of people making $86 while other people are making $10,000. That alone is, injustice. But again, when we say these things, some of you get angry. You feel that maybe we are speaking against your power that be, or better still, we are speaking against your quote unquote your godfather. But I think the best godfather is Liberia. Let Liberia be the godfather that we can cherish, that we can love, that we can look up to, no matter which party, no matter which religious background, no matter which society, or no matter where we come from. As long as we are Liberians, we all will depend on the country called Mama Liberia. So folks, good evening. Welcome to the Monday edition, the 29th of September. For a matter of fact, today is the 29th. We have a few more days to go and say bye-bye to September and welcome the month of October. Indeed. So if you're there, we are right here. Please let's share the show. Those of you who are there with us, let's share the show this evening. For a matter of fact, so many things we'll talk about coming from the weekend. With so many things on the plate, so many trending national issues that we all will talk about. And you too, you will also be part of the show this evening to also give your own take. We will also read the activist or the political activist, because sometimes people call it political activist, or to read the activist letter also to President Joseph Yamabwaka, that is Martin Ken Corey. We will read his letter bit by bit, because we've been saying these things times without numbers. The reason why most of our mothers, our fathers who served this country today, they are all and nothing to show. These are some of the reasons, because few group of people think that they are the one that own the country. So let's share the show, people. Let's share the show this evening. For a matter of fact, yes, indeed, Monk will join us, but Ali will be here with us this evening. Those of you who are also there, yes, you are also welcome. Let me see. I'm sharing the link at the same time, sharing the show. So please join me. Let me see. I'm looking for some of the filmed. Yeah, so let's share the show. Again, good evening to our listeners. Those of you who are following us via the radio, thank you so much for always following us. And those of you who also following us from Nima County, from Maryland County, those of you who joining us from River G County, we want to say a wonderful good evening to you. Those of you who also joining us from Lofa County, yes, indeed, there are a lot of news coming from Lofa. Yeah, yeah, a lot of news coming from Lofa that the huge mansions or something that has been built in Lofa. And, Nimo boss this morning, Eddie Jagulo, have to, say that. But we'll also chip in on to all of these things. Yeah, indeed, so many things to talk about. Those of you who are also watching us from Sano, let me say good evening to you. And those of you that are also following us from Maryland County, and those of you that are following us from Grand Crew, I also want to say good evening to all of you. Those of you that are following us from Grand Mount, where millions of dollars come from every week, every month, every time, but you are still living in this BB water many can use. We don't want to destitute, but I would say that you are still living in abject poverty. Yes, indeed, I feel your pain because as long as your life is better, my life too will get better. The life of my children also will get better. But again, that's the society that we found ourselves in when you have the kind of leaders, when you have people who are there for you, who claim to be there for you, but they are all pretenders and they all care about what they can get. Then that's the aftermath of who you voted for or who are those leaders that you think that want to be there for you. So again, let me recognize a few of our people. Please share the show. Those of you who are here, Robert Fasulu Jacqueline, my good friend and brother, good evening to you. Emmett Hammer, one of the strong media supporter. This guy or this man always in the habit of supporting all of the media institutions, no matter whether you whosoever media institution, you don't care. As long as you're talking or you're talking all of the talk from Mama Liberia in there for you. That's good. Emmett, continue the good work. There are people who are watching. Sometimes all of these things we do, sometimes we feel that people are not watching, but people are watching. Asata O. Dawson, thank you so much for joining us from Maryland, USA. Thank you so much, my dear Prince, my dear friend and brother. What's up, Chief? We got to talk. Jeremiah Colette joining us from Mississippi Street. Jeremiah, how that street look? I saw something on video, Jeremiah, about Mississippi Street. And then I shared tears. I can remember. Just imagine during the wartime, Jeremiah. I went on outside during the wartime. The way the street was looking. Then now, send me the photo, Jeremiah. My hand said for Jeremiah. Because you can't tell me that during the wartime the street was far better than this. No, I disagree. So Jeremiah, you got to send me your Mississippi Street. Even though we're getting unconfirmed reports that your speaker or our speaker, our speaker trying to do some things, give us some football and just say, which of course is a good thing. But I hope you're not playing the all political. So let's try to show people, Jeremiah, yes, I'm very serious. Yes, Yvonne Silvers, thank you for joining us. James David, good evening, my dear brother. Yumuchu Asadu Mesa, one of our strong iron lady, always here with us. Fumba Sabi Sese, thank you for joining us. Kati Harris, Kati, thank you too also for joining us. Say from what? Watching live from my visual media incorporated office in Do Community. That's good. Thank you so much. And Ruby Johnson Barkley also joining us from Kakatama, Gibi County. That's magnificent. And all of you who are watching, thank you. Please give us a like, share, and a comment, and that will be great for us on this platform this evening. For a matter of fact, we have so many things to talk about, indeed. And I know all of you are following. We will start with the Chief Justice and that of the trial judges head, with all of the holding and putting about the appointment and so forth. We will talk about that. The Chief Justice said that there's no law, but Absolutely. Anyway, however, there are issues. But you can read Article 50C, you will know exactly. You can also read Article 90C of the Constitution of Liberia. Then you will know some of these things. That's why we keep saying these laws are look, the internet makes things easy. You have the Constitution right on the internet. Download your Constitution. Know your right. Read your Constitution. Read these things, because if you don't do, these people will come and cajole you. Yeah, man. Ruby Johnson, thank you for joining us. Cassie Johnson, thank you to also for joining us. Moses Retreat Flomo, thank you very much for joining us. But I start saying very much. Look, life is indeed interesting. Thank you very much. Long time ago, I stopped seeing as well. Thank you very much. But anyway, Rachel Sulun King, thank you for joining us. Genium B. Kua, thank you so much for joining us. Maxwell M. Strutter, thank you so much for joining us. Say hi, Johnson. I'm watching from Sktv-Lib. That's good. How the traffic from that end. But again, folks, let's try to show at least we can hit at least around 300 to 400. But Ali, let me see. Let me send the link to Brother Ali. Boy, indeed, you try to read your constitution. Okay, well, yeah, that'll be there. But because of all of these things, the way the people the treating us, because they think that these people think that we can read and we don't know anything. We don't, in fact, we don't even do research. We don't even care. All we care about is how to go to them and ask them for handout. You know, that's the belief. That's the mindset. So as long as you are reading, by the time somebody say hello to you, you will know exactly where that hello coming from. So read your constitution. It will help you a lot. Before you go be defending, you go defend and then you're not able to really defend good. Yeah, let me send the link around. The team with John Osborne. Actually, on a very serious note, let them to read our constitution together. Let's read, and let's read. Know the laws of your land. Know your country better. That's one thing that we're lacking in the country. We don't easily teach anything about our society, even to our children. We teach them about Ghana and yeah, man, that country is just remember Ali said, yeah. Seriously, we teach our children Ghana Empire. We teach them what again? Egypt, what but no, and this is serious. Ask these children today who are even in school right now as we speak. Ask them, go from class to class and ask these children who is the head of this other government agency. They will not tell you. Very serious. Even students in university or even colleges around here, they don't even know who the Minister of Education. They don't even know who the Minister of Finance. What kind of society we're running? Oh God. Yeah. But anyway, that's just to show people that the society of the black. Good. We in. I think that's the society of black we running. Because I don't get it. And I'm serious. If you want to get people gift, sometimes don't even hear internet thing. Go to the viewer area and just ask someone. Who is the help of public work? They will not tell you. But go ask them about who the starting line of who the starting line of for Chelsea or for Real Madrid or for, so we see. So because we are not reading, we are not even into our own. We're not even involved into our own things. That's why when we come here to talk, some of them they get angry. But that's a fact. We are not believing. That's a Nimba Mandi Yako. We don't even want to teach anything. Look, see the thing that comes from Nimba one time in a public school. Who you blame? You want to blame the children? You want me, Mabel? Who call our in school too, but that was the war time doing the bullets. All these things that children were doing, and so some of us to even get an opportunity was even difficult. Then at this age and time, where things life look like this, you pay people 15,000 per month, but you have the future leaders. They don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know what they're thinking. Then you laughing. What thing funny? What's really funny? Let me ask some of you before getting started. Yeah, Mark, what's really funny? You have the future leaders. Today they go to school, no teacher. Tomorrow, by the way, that was their parents. Now what morning gets. Now what the parents elect. That's what you elect. And it's because of us. That's why these children are struggling today and they are suffering. Because the decision of keep making. Every time we make these decisions. Every time we make this kind of decision. That's why the children today, you see them, that the outcome of us. Don't get angry with the children and don't be laughing at them. Oh God, yeah, man. I left my chairman to be here because I left my go to be here. Because it's annoying. Let me be frank. Every time I see people mocking people, hey, they say, look at you. Look at you. So for me, I clap for the children. At least they're trying. Because what kind of school is what? See that school. See the school, they feature children. Anyway, people, yeah, okay, Mark is here. Good, man. Good. Okay. Oh, what team are you? When are you first? Mark.
What's up? What's going on?
Well, but nothing much thank God for life. And how say you everything?
Well, I'm doing great. Thank God to be alive. First day of the work week. First day of the work week, Monday. I'm a little bit tired. Been doing a lot of stuff. You know, I tell you guys, I'm working on something behind the scenes. It's strenuous. I got to meet target. Like I can be up sometimes up to 4 in the morning. That's why you see my profile always active. Sometimes now I'm not literally on Facebook, but you know, when you pick up the phone, you activate the app. So it look that you're on, but you're still working on something. But anyway, that's life. We can't complain. We got to grind. We got to do what we have to do. But I'm happy to be here and welcome, folks, to another edition of Sktv Monday. Today is the 29th. Can you imagine we are just a few months to the end of the year, and pretty soon you will be running to the next election cycle, and you would think like it was 6 weeks. But it's 6
make
years.
Another decision for our future leaders.
For your future again, go destroy it by another 12 years. Because everything that I tell you, that's why they get epistemology, right? It's about calculating. It's harder to build than to destroy. So anything that you would destroy, rest assured that it will take you 2 times the amount of time that you will need to get it to where or better than where it used to be. So if you are making a decision for 6 years and you keep getting it wrong, it means for every 6 years you throw away, you got to make 12 years. That's why I'm telling people when you 35 or 40 and above, you might not likely see your better Liberia because the time it would take to rebuild all those critical institutional infrastructure maybe might cost you a lifetime. So if we go to 2029, me another mistake, add 12 years to it, and just forget it.
But we probably just managing. You probably got that we was working. We just managing. When they kind of more system like that more. How do you know? Are you saying more that it will take a big year? We just praying to God for life.
Well, anyway, even government policy. That's why I told you maybe when lawmakers are passing law, right? Any legislation, the reason they can say future generation because on average, it takes anywhere between 5 to 7 years to start seeing the impact of a government policy. Because it takes a long time. That's why sometimes a president can pass a particular law, or let's just say, or an executive order. Sometimes they start seeing results after they have left office because it takes a while for people to feel the impact of a policy. So think about you not having the idea before putting it into place, and then another 5 to 7 years before you see the impact. You know how many years we're talking about? That almost 20 years. That's why when politicians talk, they always say generation, because generation is 20 years. And, and we sort of be on this earth for maybe 3.5 to 4 generations if you're lucky, or even more. But on average, we sort of live for 3 scores and 10, which is 70 years. So your 2 generations already wipe off your clock. You're in your 40, and in the 3rd generation, then you can get case a goodbye. You're not seeing your better Liberia in your lifetime. That's just the reality. I'm not trying to scare you, but that's just the reality.
No, but more you're right. You're 100% right, and that's just the fact. So those of us now who are maybe in our 30s and so forth, we're just managing them just for life. What to do?
No, if you are in your 30s, there's a 50-50 chance. Maybe at the twilight of your life, maybe. That is if we can get it right. Because we first need to get it right. It's one of the things that keep bamboozling us in Liberia, right? Maybe the degeneration of Liberia started in 1980. Since 1980, it's been 45 years. We have never done better. Like real growth, right? In other countries, that's how other countries came and they seeded us, right? And they are not waiting for us and we'll never catch up to them. Let's take, for example, Ivory Coast, right? Ivory Coast has infrastructure. The French people put certain foundational or starting up point for Ivory Coast. And Ivory Coast now they have one of the fastest growing economy in the whole of Africa. They're growing upward of 5 to 6%. In some instances, they can go as much as 8%. Okay. You think if we took almost 35 years right now, right, to keep going backward, let's just say 40 years, the country that are already doing better than us now, before we can get to where they are now, they will already be another 40 years ahead because they ain't standing still. They ain't saying that, oh, because Liberia is lagging behind, so we're staying here and be waiting for them. They are already moving ahead, and they are already 30 years or 35 years ahead of you. So by the time you get, if you are lucky enough to even get to where they are right now, we will have been almost 40 years or 50 years into the future. That's what I'm saying. If you are in the between the age range of 40 to 50, you can get kiss it goodbye. It's not going to happen in your lifetime. But you might watch the process. I'm just saying you will not see the outcome or the result. So maybe if we look at
actually, let me be frank, and that's why you see the politicians, they continue to put us into more, I'm not sure I say calamity or backward, or maybe they're just trying to put us, those of you us who are fighting to make, because Mom, you're right. Now we are still using wooden pole, right? So you imagine, we are using wooden pole for electrification, right? Even though we still have other iron poles and here and there for the tension lines and so forth, but in our rural communities, we are using wooden pole. So I want to know, when will you even graduate from that? If in fact you don't even have a stable year for now, the one you have right now, you're only managing, race is the time, you're good to go. When drastically come, it's time to time, schedule, and so forth. You don't even have that one stable. Everything about your life, having even best stable, Mom, that's the first thing. Even your salary that you even work for is not stable. So how and
that's the thing about time. That's why I keep telling folks, and I will always say on this show more than 1,000 times, the most important currency in life is time. Because any other thing you can get back. Maybe when you could lose your daughter, God forbid, and you could potentially have another kid or even children into the future. You could lose your wife and get another wife. Somebody can come and damage your property. You can regain that property. Whether it's a business, so see you go down the drain, you can still resuscitate your business. You cannot get time back. Even the wealthiest in the world, the top 1%, they cannot buy a second back. That's why they are very cognizant of that time. They pick and choose where to focus and to concentrate on during the day because they know that time is very valuable. And they wake up. That's why you see most successful people, they wake up 5 a.m. They want to steal 2 hours before the rest of the work and get to wake up. Because when you steal 2 hours out of every day, because most people wake up between 7 and 8 o'clock, especially they put out go to work at 9, the 9 to 5 group. So a man who wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning, he's stealing literally 2 hours per day. Before the week comes to an end, he get 10 hours extra productive time. And you do it over a year, maybe you got 3,600 hours of free time. That's how you do it. But he cannot buy that time back. Once today is gone, it's gone forever. So when people think that every election cycle is about jumping in the street and dancing in your regalia, and you think that's all to it, man, just know that every second you spend there is your future that is being that is going.
But more quickly before Brother Ali come on, during those days, for example, 2005 elections, it was free of charge. Free of charge. Let me just say that it was free. But then Liberians' eye was not open, and people say, okay, yeah, in fact, we dropped from war. So even people were printing shites, and all of these things for themselves. 2011, we saw a little change into the elections, where we saw the politicians now they were started with the kind of 1-2 development or what you may call. They started with that. 2017, it got worse. 2023 now, the same thing. The same thing happened in 2023. Now moving forward to 2029, there are a lot of changes now, competition and so forth. So it's like all of them now, what they are into now is the way the business climate will go, that's how they will go. The way the business climate will change, that's how they will change. So most of them now, what they will do is that for example, now, unconfirmed and alleged that even the speaker also having some take or some observation in Sano County. So who knows? Maybe he may likely want to even go Sano County now to participate. So you see the kind of trend.
Yeah, because they are not performing. Ali, go ahead, my man. You've been here for a while. I hate talking a lot. I love going in and coming out. I love the short bursts of.
Yeah, Ali, good evening, my dear brother, and welcome.
Yes, good evening. Good afternoon from my Melbourne, and good afternoon, Mom. Good afternoon to our listening audience and follower. Ali Masade, glad to be here. Yes, as you said, unconfirmed report. That's what happening in the country right now. When you are in Monserrado and you feel the district you are in, then the next thing you have to do is to go in your county. Yeah, you go to your people. You say, "Oh yeah, this time around we're in Monserrado, and I want to come to my county to help to change the life of my people." And then it's up to them. It will be stupid enough. All the time you are in Monserrado, you feel the people there. Even when you were there, what did you do for us? Even though, yes, maybe you are in Monserrado, we had a representative in District 10. Okay, they were there representing us. And you from Nima County, but you, Melbourne, you were representing the people of District 5 in Monserrado County. But stay, that's your home. That's where you came from. What did you really do for us? You used to visit us. What's your impact? Even though you were in Monserrado District 5. You see, so when they feel in Monserrado, then they will go back to their various counties. And this is the mindset of our people. People are only voting people when it comes to tribal line. And that's all. This tribal line is what killing us, sometimes religious line, and sometimes based on political party sentiment, whether you qualify for the position or not. But Ali Masale from CDC, so we had to vote for him because he's from CDC. Whether you qualify or not, Ali Masale, yeah, the parliament, so let's vote for him, our parents' son. This is what destroying our country today. So when Richard Kunfil in Monserrado County, he go back to his county, whether he's from Maryland or Sano, whatsoever, he go to his people. They say that our son, let's put him there. I was surprised to see somebody saying that Joseph Wakai deserve another thing because he brought the price of rice down. Really? They say, oh yeah, right, I was table food, empty banking stand. So he's saying you brought the price of rice down. So because you brought the price of rice down, you are satisfied. So your children education or healthcare or job creation or you care again. So this is no wonder why during election, our people, they only print t-shirt, they go, they get our people rest. Because they feel like we had rest riot before all of these things, Liberian people, they only after food. These are some of the things we heard in the past. People were like, oh, Joshua, Liberian people cannot even afford to buy their staple food, rice and things, in suffering the people. Most of the people in America here, I heard them talking about rice. So I think this is why during election time, rice business can be hard. It can be scarcity of rice in the country. And then later on, those politicians will be using it to carry to the various towns and villages, the various districts to give to the people because they will be like, you want us to vote for you when we even say get food to eat. So these are some of the things I see. We had to change that mindset of food. We had to change the mindset of travel line. We had to change the mindset.
I think Ali, maybe when you stay on, I mean, I'm not hearing anything.
Yes, I think I'll use up the network. But let's move straight into our discussion. It's nearly 1:30. Those of you who just joined, good evening. This is the Monday edition of the SKTV show right here on Truth FM 96.1 on the 29th of September. Nearly 2 days to go, right, Mark?
Yeah. No, that more is 30 days, right?
No, one day to go. I'll be saying bye-bye
tomorrow. More ends tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. So let me just update you people quickly, then we'll move on because I think we have two major issues to talk about. The one from the Chief Justice and that of the alleged horses or mansions that have been built in Foya, Lofa County. That information came out this morning through Nimot. But quickly, yes, indeed, there have been a lot of talks and hauling and pulling back home quite recently, especially when it comes to the issue of politics. But the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency President Joseph Yema Boaka, is expected in country on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God after his UNGA meeting in the U.S. He will be back home on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. And the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia also have some issues with the tribal judges, where there were a lot of holding and putting between he and the tribal judges when it comes to the issue of appointment of his son. Mind you, he recommended his son to the president to be appointed on one of the magistrates and so forth. So that also sparked off mixed reactions in the public land. And yesterday, or day on Friday, while the Chief Justice was in Foya, also he was throwing jabs at the trial judges that there is no law that said that he could not or he should not recommend any of his family members or his children. Then also he will also accusing the trial judges of harassment, and her brother also working in government. That also spark of mixed reactions. Then the morning, one of the news also had to do with their buildings in Foya, the Foya district. According to unconfirmed reports, those buildings are for the president. So there are mixed reactions in the public that indeed one of the buildings are for the president, or now people have to go there to verify. But other Liberians are saying even if for the president is good, others are saying no, these are all things that we all criticized yesterday. It will not be good for us to talk about this, to support these same things. So yeah, so far I think, and also in foreign news, I think there are the news among us shared with you about a former agriculture minister from China, I think, who was sentenced to death, right?
The Chinese Communist Party don't play when it comes to execution.
To corruption.
They kill a lot of people. They kill a lot of people, more than hundreds of them over the years. That's just how the CPP operate, because I'm not saying that they are perfect over there, but when it comes to public funds, they don't have opposition. They don't go by democracy. China is a communist state. So the centralized government, or one-party state with the premier, they call Xi Jinping, that's it. If you are caught in a web of corruption, you can rest assured that your life is gone. So it mitigate. Like I say, it's not perfect there. People will still find a way to be corrupt, but it slows down the process. And that's why you see China making progress. All the infrastructure projects. You see some places the Chinese are building bridges. I think they just unveiled the tallest bridge in the world right now in some mountainous area where you think it will be impossible to put any infrastructure, but they were able to accomplish it. How do you think they are doing it? They are spending state resources to where they need to be spent. That's why China took more people from poverty now, and they exceeded the Japanese economy because they are making progress. If you steal from people in the public square, it means you are depriving hundreds, if not millions of people or thousands of people their birthright. That's just why it is. If I steal from you, maybe let's assume, right? You myself did a job and we're 5 on the project, and they gave me the money to come and give it to the workers, and I took the entire money and left. I'm destroying maybe 40 people's life, because all of y'all got family, you got relatives, you got children, you got wife. They are the people that you'll be depriving. It's the same thing in public service. When you steal from the people, it means that millions of people have been affected because what belongs to them, you took it indirectly. That's just why it is. Yep.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, Mark. I feel myself before Mark, but Ali coming, I think myself when that news broke out over the weekend, I was like, wow, that's good. And at least even for us, even if we can go through that same system, I think, but let us be able to have a very robust judicial system that will be able to persecute people, at least for less corruption, because the other issue of corruption, that's what killing us. The reason why we are not moving forward today is because of corruption. And we'll also read Martin letter, but I move on with the Chief Justice. What say you with all of the holding and pulling between the Chief Justice and other trial judges?
Maybe it's nothing strange. When I saw that video and I read a statement on Facebook, it's nothing strange. Our judiciary system is corrupt. We know that. Even international assessment already made that case. That's why I believe nothing can come out of Liberia, because the reason that two things depend on any society, the judiciary system and the military. When everything is failed, when you get a total collapse in government, those are the last two institutions you look forward to. The judiciary branch, because law and order must be in place, Supreme Court and all those stuff, judges. And the next thing, when everything else fails, the military. So the last time I remember on the show, we talked about how the former Chief Justice talked about most of the corruption happens in the executive and the first branch of government, so they wanted their fair share. Imagine a Chief Justice saying that. So if you get a guy who is making a case or justifying nepotism because he believes there should be some kind of a constitutional provision or requirement that you got to quote to justify him giving his son job, then what do you expect, my brother? We're talking about money here, and people don't even have the remorse to know exactly whether he's a Chief Justice or a judge that should be upholding the law. This is a man. And you know, sometimes I can agree with Luis when Luis said we are a cursed country, right? Let me just give you, I'll just make the same point. Let me just give you something. We killed 13 innocent men on a pool in the name of corruption, right? 45 years ago. And we are worse off today than we were 45 years ago in terms of corruption. The same man, one of the most progressive presidents ever in our history, maybe the best ever, the greatest ever in Liberia, as far as I'm concerned. In my understanding of all the research I've done, I think he's the greatest. He's the best among all of them. If he were executed for the issue of rice, and 45 years later, we cannot even produce rice on an industrial scale, then I believe, well, Luis keeps saying that we are a cursed country. Because like we just keep getting worse and worse. And all the things that we fought for or we were fighting for 40 years ago, 45 years ago, if we are worse off now, then what makes you think I will be optimistic about the next 40 years? The executive is corrupt. The first branch of government is literally broken and non-functional. They are all criminals because they get themselves kickback. They steal from the national budget. They put themselves on committee. They rip the country off. Everything is about salary and compensation and perks. So you're talking about a Chief Justice. He justifying nepotism. If the president or a lawmaker hear the Chief Justice justifying nepotism, what make you think they will do something better? They will believe that it's standard operating procedure that anybody can do and get away. Because I'm not saying the Chief Justice is the most powerful man, but when it comes to accountability and the rule of law, he should be the one that should be laying the marker. But here is a man justifying nepotism because he believes there is no single provision that you can directly quote, whether it's in the law, justifying why his son should get higher. But my man, that's it there. That's all I can say. That's Liberia for you, brother. Mabon, you there? I think you're muted, Mabon. I don't know whether it's me or you.
Mabon, you are muted. You're shaking your head, baby, we are not hearing you. That's Monk, that's the problem right there. Because if you see since Chief Justice just came out recently and said that the whole judiciary system in Liberia have been commercialized. And then that's what I said. If you can come on and say the whole judiciary system have been commercialized, we expect you now saying that maybe you are coming to put some policies in place to make sure that you straighten it up. But now, you can be justified in protesting, all because your son was recommended by you to the president to be appointed, then why are we going to see? And again, he said how we have people in the high justice or magistrate that are not even high school graduates. If a Chief Justice can say that you get a high school dropout serving as a magistrate, this is so sickly for our country, as old as we are. And today, nothing will happen because you get the president children, they are all working in government. The president get his children, his cousin, his nephew, all of these people working in government. So the act of nepotism in Liberia right now, I think is on a high increase that nobody can get it out now. We don't know, maybe we'll get another president, but Madam Sedi did the same thing during her 12 years. She had her children working in government. And today, Joseph Baka is doing the same thing. And sometimes when we say this thing, they will say, oh, and you're in America saying Joe Biden did the same thing, and Donald Trump get children in government. So most of the time when you say some of these things, they want to compare America to that of Liberia. Joe Biden didn't bring the children in government to steal, to corrupt, neither or President Trump. But Liberia people do this thing there. At the end of the day, what Madam Sedi said, she take responsibility of everything that her son did. And she went free. So tomorrow, after Joseph Bakati, why if they say, oh, Tata did this or
Well,
Ali got a bad network. I think he been going in.
yes, indeed. So let me just add up quickly more because I have some questions for you and that I got about Ali. But I think it is indeed quite unfortunate for us as people because they just said among you right. These are two institutions that we wholly and solely depend on the judiciary, and that are the other armed forces of Liberia. So to see the judiciary even proceeding, or even the Chief Justice proceeding and even sounding the way he's sounding, for me, because if you go back to the issue of nepotism, Article 50C of the Constitution also talk about that. If you go back, even Article 90C also talk about the nepotism. Even that go back to the Code of Conduct 2014. Also talk about all of these things. Out and be justifying issues that I want to see in the law. In fact, then you have your husband too who worked in our government. So let me take this into consideration more. Let's use this simple example, maybe for our people who are listening to us. My wife, she got RN. I in the media. So more, if I am at the Ministry of Information, and my wife, she maybe to Ministry of Health, or maybe she at GFK, or maybe to one of the government hospital or so forth. Mom, is that nepotism?
No, I don't. The thing is, that's why I keep saying, they hold it to your democracy and sometimes the law and the Constitution and how you interpret it, right?
Yeah,
one of the things that people look at is direct influence and the issue of qualification. Maybe if I know you as a friend and it gets part of human nature, right? I don't want to justify nepotism, but in Africa, we can abuse it, right? If I'm carrying on a hiring process and you are looking for a job, you are as a technician, maybe if 5 technicians apply for that job and I only got one opening, I will give it to you. The reason being because I know you personally, right? But equally so, you got to be qualified for the job. So knowing me gets an added bonus, but you already meet that condition. You already meet the requirement. That's one thing. But in the case where you cannot even meet the bare minimum and there are people who can get a job done better than you, then it becomes an issue. That's where the problem is. There are some things that may seem wrong. Legally, they might not be wrong. And there are certain traditions you can carry on forever that might be illegal. That's just how it is. So it all depends when it comes to the issue of nepotism. Yeah. When people say, the president brought a relative in government, I say, okay, yeah, in the executive branch, he know people. There were people that supported him. There are people that he know. He will give them first preference. But the question is when it's done on an industrial scale, where other people are deprived, other people who are capable of getting the job done, when they are skipped over because of your personal connection, then that's when it becomes a problem. I can remember at a certain point in time, I think the candidates, JFK, I think one of his brothers was lawmaker, the other one was an attorney general in America here. In Liberia, you call that nepotism, but no, one of them was voted for. The later candidate was voted for, and the other one who became attorney general, he was a seasoned U.S. attorney that became the head of the Justice Department or whatsoever it was at the time. So in that case, you cannot say it's nepotism. Yeah, they got a family connection, but when your position is solely and squarely dependent on the fact that you know the president, then it becomes an issue. And that's just where it is. He never met the bare minimum in terms of qualification. And then the problem is he's trying to justify. I have to say he does not know the history of the country, or when it comes to nepotism, what nepotism entails. That's where the problem is. So, I mean, like I said, it's all 3 branches of government. And it seems like the way our country is structured, it just guarantees failure. It just set up in a way that is guaranteed for failure. Because if nobody can keep one segment of the government or one branch of the government in check, if the Chief Justice of all people can justify nepotistic behavior, then more than likely, I don't expect anything better to come from our country from all 3 branches of government. What we are doing, we are only throwing the stone and hoping that something sticks. But everything, maybe, if I were to ask you now and say, maybe just do your own assessment in Liberia, and tell me which branch of government you think will make the break for Liberia in terms of delivery for Liberian people. Where will you show? And matter of fact, on a broader perspective, right, looking at the grand scheme of things, the people themselves, they are nepotistic just because of the way how they vote. That's why the voters themselves, they are held accountable as well. Because the way how you vote determine the way people will govern you when you give them public offices. If you are voting on tribal land only and not qualification or looking for the best candidate, why make you think the people who are successful in securing the job will do something different? You vote strictly on tribal land. You ain't no people that are making progress, people that are successful, people that are carrying on development in your country. You ignore them for tribal sentiment, and you think the Chief Justice will skip over his son or people that he's connected with to come deliver for you. Come on, bro. It's not going to happen. Never, ever.
Well, Mark, thank you. That's it. And you are quite correct. But Ali, what say you? Are we moving forward? Or because Monjo asked a sticker question as to among the three branches of government, if let me just ask you too the same question. Which one of them you think that will be making progress? But I move back to the judiciary branch, because the reason why people are crying today for injustices, that the rule of law is pulled, the rule of law is all about money, you have to have money, and now the Chief Justice, or someone would say well-footed or both-footed, saying that, yes, he's my son, I recommended him to the president. And so what happened to that? So, Brother Ali, are we sensing that maybe there will be some laws or judiciary interferences moving forward because people have to get something doing, or people have to be connected before having justice?
Yeah, but that's it. The justice system is all about connection. We've been seeing how cases are going on in the country. And just as Monk said, if people are voting on tribal line and religious line and on party sentiment, so what do you expect? If you can get the president, he get all his children working in government, so what would the Chief Justice to do? Even when his son not qualified, he will put him there. And on the case of what we see happening here, because most of the time when we say this thing, they want to compare America to that of or Liberia. Oh, it can happen in America. President Trump or President Biden will not put his son in a position that he's not even qualified for. It's all about qualification. But Liberia is on the opposite. Oh, I know I should get my son there. And like Mo said, you bring 3 person for this position and the position for only 1 person. Whether your child qualified or not, you will put them there. So this is something that's been happening, and we don't know when that's going to finish. The 3 branches of government is happening today. People will say, oh, Yombi Kanga brought her dollar, Deron brought his son, they all are minister, they all are representative. And that's what's happening. They are not bringing these people because they are qualified for the job. They are bringing them because these are their children, these are their relatives, and they need to get them doing something instead of them being liability on them. They are not bringing them because they are qualified for the job. And all of these things help to carry our country backward. As I will always say, people are not getting jobs in Liberia based on qualification or merit. It's all about who knows you, party affiliation, religious, and tribal line. These are some of the things we are not going anywhere. Because if you make me to be your director, or because Mom said that my friend down there or Aliyu that my relative, and I don't even qualify, what am I going to deliver over there? All of these things is a setback for the country. It destroys the country a lot. And I don't know when we will get people that will ready put these laws. The laws are there. When are they going to ready enforce it? These are the kind of people we are looking for now. Not people that we can they see the law and they abuse the law. Like Mom always say, Joseph Waka been around for a very long period of time. He had never worked out of government, so he know what Liberia is faced with. So if he was somebody who is really innovative, that highlight experience as people break up, as I will always say, Joseph Waka could have been one of the best presidents ever in Liberia. But it is unfortunate to have him, and he just spent all of these years and nothing he brought to the table. Thank you.
Mabon, and let me just add to what Ali said. The reason why I always keep making the case that Liberia's problem is mostly economical, you got to be very frank, and you got to be a realist. You got to be very, very pragmatic about the situation in Liberia. You got too many people chasing fewer jobs. And in that case, it means when you have limited jobs, that's when the nepotism, the corruption can come, because everybody want to get that piece of share of the cake, right? That's why I say, when you can grow the economy, people don't pay attention to this thing when they are doing better. The only time they pay attention to this thing when they themselves are struggling And then when people are struggling, they become sensitive. Every little thing they can keep track of it because they are struggling, right? The reason being, in a country like Brazil, where everything is centralized, around the government, you don't have too many jobs. The ones that are well connected, that know people in higher places, will always be the one to get a job. That's why you look at people who claim to be educated, that travel, that got experience. They will look at a candidate that they know damn well won't move that country forward, but they will still support it because they want something in exchange, because that's how the society is structured. It's not like, you can go out there, you put your application, one or two persons will call you, whether you are into healthcare, whether you're an engineer, whether you're into IT, somebody will give you a job. So at the end of the day, it's a whole different society. In the case of Liberia, you don't have a booming private sector. Everything is the government. The lawmakers want to steal. The president want to steal. The vice president want to steal. Everybody want kickback, and everybody is getting fewer jobs. Okay, we have 5+ million people. I don't know the total working population as to in terms of number, but let's assume if you get upward of 1 million people that should be looking for a job, and the government can only hire anywhere between 60 to 65,000. Then it means to be in a small group of that particular number settings, you got to know someone in high places. That's why you got to be a seeker fund. You got to kiss the behind just to get something, because you don't have too many available. So when the opportunity comes, if I can hire my wife, I hire my son, because if I can't do that, there will be nowhere else for them to get a job. The prospect of them getting a job is almost unlikely. This is what happens when you cannot grow the economy and create more opportunity. It becomes limited opportunity.
And that's why, Mark, the politicians, they are moving from one party to another party, especially the party that making some kind of progress that they see, that maybe that the people are good. So moving right.
Yeah.
So that's why for me, I don't easily get angry with people, even if you leave from party A, you go to party B. Well, it's the system. The system is already, I don't know, should I say corrupt, and everybody looking for survival. People have to do things, people have to live, and so on. So that's the thing. But most of our people out there, they don't get it, and you just need it more. People jump from place to place. Don't get involved with them.
Yeah.
That is society. That is society law. But more, let's move quickly. We have about 8 more minutes to go. Let's move with this news coming from Lofa County, or especially from Foya. This morning, we woke up this morning with the Nimrod boss, Eddie D. Jaulo, and you have this on his official Facebook page. Good morning, my village people. A presidential villa with an estimated value exceeding US 10 million has been constructed in Foya District, Lofa County, the birthplace of President Joseph Yema Bwaka. The construction firm is Musins Groups Incorporated, led by Joe Morba, a close associate of the president, with Edward Yambe serving as chief engineer. Construction started on September 10, 2024, and the precise source of the financing remains unknown, and the role of PPCC is similarly uncertain. Now, state security guards the location of the presidential villa construction, a story that will create, according to him, create jobs and economic benefit for the residents of Lofa County could be built for 10 million. What rationale exists for spending over 10 million to a presidential villa when the residents of that district are deprived of fundamental public service and economic prospects? So, Mark, yes, that's it. What say you and that, Brother Aliu? I will be showing that on the screen here as you do the talking. So go ahead.
Well, I don't know. This story is nothing new. This story popped up a few months ago. We talked about it on Sktv here, but we never had sufficient details. It was just rumors and speculation. Someone came up with a video, if you can remember, a few months ago. There was someone that went to Lofa and recorded this whole project from the onset of this project, that the president was undertaking a massive project. But it seems like the president who posted this, I think they got more details because he called in the construction company, he called in the total budget that is being spent. We don't know where the president acquired $10 billion from, but that's Liberia for you. And what's the essence of this particular project? I mean, because he says it's a presidential villa, or maybe he just trying to follow into the footsteps of the previous president, because we saw the similar thing, the 17 condominiums as well. And people always say, oh, Judah Baga, Brad president for 2 years, he do nothing. Maybe this is his legacy project for his people, because we are all tribalistic people who come to defend it, most especially Lufians and people who support him, even at the expense of the country. But like I said, I don't know the details of this project. Maybe over time, the way people are throwing light on it, we will get to know more, because the poster here, he talked about a construction company now. So at least you guys, or some of us that are in the media, we can go and do our own background check, because he's talking about 10 million, the construction company, that you got state security forces now protecting that particular construction site. Then you got to be something of interest. And I hope people can do that due diligence and do some deep dive and get more ideas, because $10 million, you know what I mean? If we were to pull it into a factory, you could impact more life. But yeah, we're talking about a presidential villa. And the last time I checked, Joseph Boakai was not even regular in terms of his place of domicile where he resides. I think he owned the rehab road, right? If I'm not mistaken. So whether it's a retirement home, whether it's a
stayed there, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's just why that's like rough for you, my brother. We in it.
Brother Ali, what say you? The same cycle we are seeing after our former president Lemon just stated. We've is that 45 or 40? 40. I don't know why you can call that. I don't know the money also.
I don't know 23 or 17. I don't know how many of them.
They're quite very interesting. Yeah,
interesting though.
Yeah, but Ali, go ahead.
This is, I don't really know if this is the meaning of rescue. Like that post when somebody share it in the chat room, I saw people in the comment section saying, "Oh, congratulations, President Boakai, for the development you carry on in Lofa County." And other people are there attacking one another about Josh Weah for the serving condominiums. So, and this is the question I always asking. So, did Joseph Boakai come to power to just do everything that Josh Weah did? Or he came to change things around to do the rightful thing? I think this thing that you people complain of Josh Weah doing, he did, and you voted him out, and you come now to do the right thing, and you continue to even do worse. Because if you want to know the worth of the 47 condominiums Josh Weah built, and then President Joseph Boakai in the presidential palace today, I don't think it can even say reach the amount, but that's not the issue. The issue here is if you people are congratulating President Boakai for building presidential palace in Lofa County, that's a development. So what impact will that building that do for the lives of the people in Lofa County or Liberia as a whole? Because when you enter that building, will it change your life? Will it bring when we talk about education, will it bring education to your country, your county? When we're talking about the health sector, when you enter that building, when your child was sick, when we're talking about development are things that you carry on in the country that may impact on the lives of the citizen. But not because George Weah built 47 condominium and they voted him out because of that, he 47 condominium. And for him, it had nothing to make no impact on the lives of the Liberian people. These are some of the reasons he was voted out. You see, so you're talking about $10 million. And according to the story, it even exceed $10 million. So if you were to pull out $10 million in healthcare, in the education sector, in agriculture, you see, in the security sector, you know what you could do? Or even trying to build some kind of factory in Lofa County there to create jobs for the people. But today, the Unity Party people, while they will be congratulating Joseph Boakai and the Lofians, because they feel, oh yeah, we're from the party and this is our countryman, he's from Lofa. That's not development. Development should be something that will make impact on the lives of the Liberian people. George Weah built condominium that couldn't make no impact on the lives of Liberian people. These are some of the reasons he was voted out. And you can say you come as a rescue government. You campaign on wasteful spending. That's another wasteful spending. You go spend all that money that when people come in the future, they can go Lofa County to reside there. That's a presidential palace. Even after your administration, any other president come. Does the way in which Liberia looking now, do we need presidential palace of $10 million plus? That's not the reason why they say rescue.
Well, thank you. I think we got to go for the news. When we come back, we will also read out some of the comments, also coming from the is that the Deputy Information Minister. So those of you who are also watching, you can also leave your comment. We'll also read out some of your comments. But yeah, again, more. We have so many questions on that because there are so many questions that are answered when that come out or we write. Once upon a time we discussed that here, but by then we were not having the real facts. So we you know, that way. So we let it flow. But then this one coming from Nemo. Nemo, those of you who also follow, you know, Nemo, headed by Eddie Jawlo, who also gave the full amount. The amount is saying it's right, gave the full amount and so forth. But all of these things, we are all discussing this thing today, so that because let me be frank, but I think there are some supporters of the rescue government who are saying, who have their own view on this. Some of them, they are already disappointed. Some of them, they are still waiting to hear what is true. But again, because we've been hearing that, oh, okay, is this other group of people that have been, but as long as in fact, this player have been named presidential villa, then you should tell us who been in it. So those of you who are asking that we want us to know for you want, no, they already been named, and that name is there already. So how come it's been built in Foya and we don't know? So we gotta know. There are no press conference, no PPCC, or maybe agreements or something through the PPCC, nothing of such. So we gotta know all of these things. So don't get angry. Library is all we have. We shouldn't come here to blast or maybe to talk against other person. Then today, when it is your time, or maybe if you find yourself in that same shoe, you want us to be quiet and let and just flow. No. So we'll flow with you. I don't care how you want to get angry, you can get angry. But what we are saying today is for the betterment of the country, because we're in this world. $10 million. Do you know what $10 million can do? How many jobs that $10 million can even create? Those of you that even have water factories. Those of you who have your mini water factories, you know the kind of investment that you're doing. Some of you, in fact, you even have $10,000 investment, 15,000, 20,000 USD investment. Now what you do, and people are working for you. They talk about what $10 million. So again, that's the society. We here and we're following. But among any other thing, I want to check in quickly before we go for the break, because I'm still waiting for the team.
Mabel,
you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Yes,
go ahead, Ali. Go ahead.
There are people today, they get water factory in Liberia, they start with 15,000, 20,000, and they get people today working for them. That job creation. So you know how much $10 million could do for Liberia people, even the people of local country today. Like $10 million, if you could just go, you open some water factory, and other factory, you use 1 million or 2 million. You know how many jobs you are created in local country? You see? But when you saying this thing, they say, oh, these people, they are opposition, they don't want to see nothing. I stand to be corrected. As far as I'm concerned, when we talking about carry on development should be something that make impact on the lives of the citizen. Not just for yourself. You see? So that Judge Joseph Boakai retirement home over there, they talking, say, presidential palace, they only trying to cover up. Okay, presidential palace, no problem. Where the money coming from? Why were the PPCC that were done to build the presidential palace? Let know now where the money coming from. If all of those procedures were followed. But this is a government. There is no rule of law. They don't follow no code of conduct. Everything is just being done lawlessly. And I don't think this is something, but no matter what you say, United Party people will say,
no, yes. Got people that will come and play defense. So just
they will come and play defense. Because this is their government, and you would have your government when you talk, they say, "Oh, that opposition is helping you."
Opposition.
That's good. You continue.
We will say this
thing. You see, we be saying this thing. Let my children here. I just took them for school. We say this thing because of y'all. You see, you know what that money could do, or even put in the education sector of local country. How many children going to school today? Go local country, people children are still sitting on the floor. They go to school, no blackboard or chalkboard. Then your president, you see $10 million plus to build presidential palace. You celebrating it. You will not even enter that place. You see something that is celebrating. You will not even just for the building to be there. You say, "Oh, we get presidential palace, no file development for us." This is so sad. No wonder why we are the second lowest IQ country in the world. So.
Look, it's so sad. But I said we're using the McGill doctrine. Maybe the president took a cue from McGill that when you steal, when you can spend it in the country, then the stealing become legitimate. That's why the mayor is building or presidential villa like Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, and but Joseph Boakai said the city. I tell you shouldn't see, but when you see, you say in the country.
Yeah, in the country, yeah. So that the philosophy and the people in Liberia accepted that to re-elect a man that was placed on sanction for corruption. That's why I keep telling you. If you are a Liberian and you think that country will make progress in your lifetime, you must be the biggest joker on the planet. It will never happen in your lifetime. So we will come here. We just say things that we need to say, and at the end of the day, I know the people over there, the way how they think, the way how they process information when it comes to the politics, when it comes to their political party and their tribal sentiment. I know it will not change. So it's not about which election cycle. It's just about the prospect of something better happening. If the people who are supposed to know better, like I've always said, cannot do better, then why make you think that? That's what people can say. And it took me a long time to figure out this whole mantra in Liberia that educated people feel like, bro, when I was growing up, I never understood that thing. The people were never saying that education is a bad thing, right, Aliu? Education is never by always a good thing. People that are educated and in society that has been enlightened, they always go on to do great. But in the case of Liberia, I think why the common man be actually saying that the people who claim to know better and that went to school in Liberia, you cannot see the worth of their education, especially the older one, the one that's supposed to be the most experienced. They come and repeat the same mistakes. So that's exactly what they be saying, and we keep watching that on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, the people themselves, they are accomplices, they are not victims, because that's the kind of a philosophy that they bought into. So you cannot subscribe to something and expect for a politician to come and change the way they do business. And we in it, my brother. We in it for a long time. I don't know if the news team is still on or we just on the net. Yep.
Yeah, but that's not even all. Another photo coming up. The president is bidding another $4 million worth of property in the Broadview end. You see, that's the presidential palace in Lufa County. And then he bidding another $4 million worth of property in Broadview. You see, this man who came to rescue, this man who campaign on wasteful spending.
Aliu,
all of this thing right now.
Aliu.
Yes.
Yeah, keeping the people. I mean, basically, I will be you in 2 minutes. I will be you 2 minutes.
Okay, Mom. You see, and when I listened to the party chairman yesterday, or Luther Tape, telling the partisan not to worry about job, and the only thing they should do is to be loyal to the party. Does that make any sense? Luther Tape, as a party chairman, you were the first person in the country after you guys took office to protest to the president house. You took supporters going there that you needed a job. You want to be or to the free port of Monrovia. And today, this is where you are. So why is it at that time you couldn't be loyal to the party as a party chairman and remain as a party chairman when you were protesting? You were the first person ever to protest in this administration because of job. You wanted job. The president should appoint you to send you to Freeport. But today, you telling the supporters not to worry about job. The only thing is to be loyal to the party. And there's a saying that political reward is not in heaven. You see, why you couldn't be loyal to the party as well and just remain as party chairman, but you know you campaign so that you can benefit. That's why you are forcing to go to the port. Everybody wants a job to those areas then where the money is. That's where everybody wants to go. You see, so that's another deception and hypocrisy from Luther Tape, what I listened to yesterday. You can tell people to forget about job and to be loyal to the party when you were the first man ever in the United Party administration to protest because you wanted a job. So you deserve to work and not to be loyal to the party, but other people should be loyal to the party and they don't deserve to work. This is not good for our country. But when you say this, they say, oh, because you are opposition, that's why. President Baka that came to rescue the country, taking $10 million plus to go build presidential palace, his own living place, and they want to say that presidential palace. Okay, then tell the Liberian people where the money coming from, how it was allocated, what were the code of conduct, all the process, the procedure you all went through, that the money was finally approved of for you to build presidential palace. This is the man that came to fight Mong, are you there?
All right, I'm back. Ali, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Maybe will soon be back. I don't know if they're going through some technical difficulties, but we okay. Well, I think you said, "Oh, my brother, it's so sad, it's so frustrating," but that's Liberia for you, and that's the most we can do, man. We can just say these things, and we hope people listening. But apparently, the people themselves subscribe to these same corrupt theories, so nothing is going to change. The reason politicians will change because people demand change. When the people accept business as usual, then there is no need, there is no incentive for what politicians should change the way they do business. It took almost a decade just to repair a fire damage in the executive mansion, but you got a man who's supposed to be an elder statesman. He being presidential villa. I haven't heard of a presidential villa ever in history. The only villa that I know was the one the late President William Arotaba built in the Virginia area there, Hotel Africa, the villa for the OAU conference. That's supposed to be the state property, but now they lies in rooms. So to a president building a presidential villa, I don't know what they intend the purpose for it, where they finance, who financing it. But that's Liberia. He's the president. He can get money from anywhere. People will directly pay to him to undertake this project. So it's nothing new for me. Matter of fact, they're about to steal again on the whole oil thing because they will be getting almost like sign-up bonus, $12 million. I know that one will be for the lawmakers, and then they will share that one among themselves. That's just why the country is, my brother. It's so frustrating, it's so gut-wrenching, but that's the reality, bro.
And these are some of the things when you're talking sometimes the Unity Party people will say, we the one voted for Joseph Baka, it's not hurting, or why it should be hurting you. Yeah, you voted for him, it will not be hurting you because you, what I hear you say, you will not say it. But now what is happening is not affecting you alone, it's affecting the whole country. To say, oh, when I vote for Mong, when Mong do anything, is only going to affect me, it will not affect other people. Who cares? Nobody will talk. But when you vote a good camp, it comes for the entire country. When bad comes, it comes for the entire country. And this is why we always say people should vote wisely. You see, now let the Hotel Africa there today, look at that building, how it is. Even if you could divert that $10 million there to that building, that can be used tomorrow in the future to generate revenue and for the government. And more you always saying that Joseph Baka been around for a very long period of time. If he cannot still know the problem of Liberia today, then who you expect? At his age now, every night they will say, let's set a committee to investigate this. So while they experience this old man ready king way to the presidency, you see, that man should be saying, oh yes, this is how Liberia were, and it's not like this other time. Okay, I think we can do this together like this. I think we can do this. These are things we expect today. But the thing that they were talking, oh, too much wasteful spending, people that were in single room today, they get mansion, they get this. What is the difference? What the government had done differently? You see, like $10 million. Today, people still going to JFK. When you go, they give you prescription. You go buy the medicine, you bring it, they treat your people. The city we saw it anytime, we saw it in weird time. The city continue. What is the difference that we are seeing now? These are things that you promised the Liberian people. That when you can, the health sector will be okay. I don't know if you listen to what he said in Maryland here last night.
I don't waste my time with nonsense because I'm going to just waste your time.
I don't know who can read this thing for the old man. I don't know. He can read it before coming up. Telling Liberians last night that his government had tried. Today you can see people selling in the street the way it was in the previous administration or in the past. You don't see children languishing in the street like in the past. Really? Let what about me? Maybe come and tell up because that's why the president said right now his government had tried that possible, but you don't see children selling in the street again. You don't see people language the way our sister there used to be all in the street. And look at all these figures that he gave during his first speech. And when we open the line, you can see somebody calling to say, oh yeah, this government did this, women empowerment, 260,000. And this were things that the president said his government has done. He didn't say his government will do. The only one he said is plans are in place so that they will get about 260,000 2031. But all these other things, he said the government has already done it. You see, But today, nobody can call to say, oh yes, this is true, the government did it. Even your own minister, your own directors. So who can read these speeches that the president will just come stand up and be lying to people like that? You see, and when you talk it, they say you insult the president. Listen to Ghana president, listen to Ruto, listen to Sierra Leone president, even the history that Ghana president gave about the funny of the League of Nations, the role Liberia play before transforming it to the United Nations now, the role Liberia play. You think if we are in a kind of serious country, now they are talking about giving Africa a permanent seat instead of non-permanent. Don't you think Liberia deserve to be the one to get that seat, to get a permanent seat on the United Nations General Assembly? These are history we expect people like Baka to come and tell the America to address at the United Nations General Assembly. The one that Ghana president narrated. See the role Liberia play all these years. You see? But
Ali, I guess send some to Memo because you talk about that conference. I know it's another waste of time. It's just another fishing expedition to give people the impression that they are working, right? There was a lady that asked a question, and that's why I said this man don't know what he's doing, and they can get him piece of people to just come and say things. Memo, I want you to play that video for our audience in less than 2 minutes. I think it's 1 minute and a few seconds, just to get an idea. It was a direct question about Liberian getting into the mining sector. Listen to his response.
All right, everyone, we're back. So thank you. Let me see. I have another video where they can in queue. Minute ago, what we're discussing, I think the team were able to get some words from the president from the happening there in Lofa County. So the OKFM reporter, they were there to at least inform the public about what happening. So I don't know whether we can play that first because I in queue, or you want us. Let me just.
Oh yeah, you can play either way, either order. I mean, I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah. All right, good. So this is the OKFM reporter assigned in Lofa County. You'll be feeding, or in fact, you've been feeding us in with this thing coming from the Julius J. who are not too long on OKFM. So let's play this and listen. Those of you we're talking about the happening in Lofa with the president or alleged presidential villa.
It has come up again. So far, so good. What do we know from Lofa's end? What are people saying about it?
Well, it's a kind of a rumor in Lofa. I'm saying a rumor in Lofa because at no point in time we saw a groundbreaking ceremony of Shaw's project, unlike where we saw the clearing of site for the construction of the regional university that is to benefit Liberia, Sierra Leone, and that of Guinea. But for the issue of presidential pillar or presidential palace in Foya, was something that was circulating here as a rumor. But officially, the county administration, through the office of the Lofa County Development Superintendent, did not one day disclose to the people of Lofa that Shaw's project is being undertaken or impact on in Foya. And again, let
me just take you back. So you are saying the MRU or whatsoever, there was not an official groundbreaking for this project. You don't know about any groundbreaking that took place for this project?
No, whether from the side of the government or from MRU, there have been no program in that area. We have contacted several of our media colleagues, and even myself have been to Foya. But that project site is somehow barricaded, even except from top county officials that normally are allowed to even go in around there. It's somewhere around Shell where the Ebola, treatment used to be done in Foya there. So no one is even allowed to go there except maybe top officials from the Lofa County, administration.
So even you in the media have not gone to the project, have not gone closer to it at all.
No. No one is allowed to even go closer. Even people who have been allowed to go there, they were advised not to use from people who have been there and come up. And I'm seeing photo of that place, of that area for people, for some other individuals that have been allowed to go in there. So the project is actually speeding up. From that time to date, you see the level of, the level in which the project is. It shows that actually the project is maybe it's a surprise from MRU or the government want to make it a surprise. But since the issue of the regional university was earmarked, the superintendent talked about it here. We also saw down the social media from some folks from the Unity Party and even government officials that plans are on the way to have a regional university being constructed. So the clearing of the site even was almost like a ceremony, and not to talk about official groundbreaking ceremony. But for the presidential palace or whatever, there have been no program. It is something that even the people in Foya not even allowed to go close there. Ordinary citizens, except some other government officials that have been authorized to go in there and see. So there have been no program of shows, and even on several occasions, the superintendent have appeared on the radio to give status of ongoing projects from the government or even international partners. At no point in time, the superintendent have made mention of such project in Foya.
Wow, it is an elaborate, huge. People are placing 10 million on it, but nobody is talking about it. It is almost like a society bush kind of project.
Definitely, and definitely, even from the county superintendent, he's here to make measure of that project. On different occasions, they have addressed the media regarding ongoing projects, the status, both from the angle of the government and international partners. But he's here to provide information relative to what is going on there. I want to assume that he may have been there, but it's something that is it that the government does not want to disclose to the people of Lofa who are beneficiary of the project, what is the meaning of that project and other things. But we look forward to see in the coming days, maybe the time for the dedication, they will give us the history or the overview of the entire project. But as it stands, we are just getting the information as well. And we also seeing that the project is ongoing. But to go in and know the level of it is something that, I mean, you have to be part of the standard that have been set that is unknown to the public.
So, because I know when the ECOWAS, for an example, is building a bridge between Liberia and Ivory Coast, the Maryland side, there was a huge ceremony with officials of the two countries and ECOWAS officials and all of that. There's a huge groundbreaking and all those kinds of things. But in this case now, everything is just silent around this one.
It is. I think the first government official to even get comment from it will be the Deputy Information Minister, Sando Kamiwa will just comment. He's the first government official maybe hearing talking about Shaw's project. But the way in which he commented, it appears that even he's not aware of what's going on in Foya there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Mark and that about Ali, we're back after that. But let me read exactly what the Deputy Information Minister Daniel Osano said and finally commented. Mind after the Nimbo boss Edu Jawlo this morning posted that, he said, my understanding is that the project is an MRU funded initiative. It is being hosted in Foya, Lofa County due to the geographical suitability of the area. In short, they choose Lofa because of its connections to Guinea and other several. Then Charles B. Ye, Journalist Charles B. Ye also came out and said he did a fast check. He said the information that the MRU is funding the Foya presidential villa is untrue. I contacted my sources at the MRU office in Freetown, Severloon, and they just told me that the information is misleading and untrue. My sources told me to check on the MRU website and I will see all their projects. And when I checked on the website, I didn't see anything of such. So the Deputy Minister of Information lied to the public. Charles B. Ye, journalist, Liberian journalist. So Mark and Brother Ali, back to the two of you before we went to the line.
Well, I don't know, maybe the president is building an underground bunker for nuclear holocaust, or he's building a SCIF. They got something in security called SCIF, or sensitive compartmentalized information facility. Because I know Unity Party folks, if there was an MRU project, it would have been all on Facebook because they want to take credit. They would claim that Joseph Boaka, because of a connection, that what the Man of Reward Union will be building a facility. That nonsense don't even look like an MRU project. We know that. That's why it's highly sensitive. That's why it's secure. And we keep getting mixed information. Matter of fact, it's already been debunked. So you can tell that it's just another future project that is being carried on by the executive, the chief executive. But we will still get more information, maybe. I don't know the Germany kind of a story, but I know we get more now that it's in the spotlight, that NAMO and other watchdog agency or group are throwing the light on it. People will discuss it more, and we get to know I know NAMO, right? NAMO, sorry. That we will get more information on this. But I know there's another slush fund, there's another SCIF project for the president and his henchmen, because I know if it was something related to MRU, I know Unity Party, they will score political point of view, but why are they so sketchy in terms of covering up for this particular project?
Why is looking at society?
Press people. So you know that they're lying already. You can tell that they're lying already.
Wow. But Ali, what say you? Is that easy?
Excuse me. Mark just said it, because for the Sunday government came to power, every day people are like, oh, why are your tangibles? What a groundbreaking project for you. Everything you're doing, that CDC project, that CDC. And one of the things, I will congratulate President Boakai for, when it comes to a continuation of the project from the past administration, because this is how our country is going to be developed. It is not good when our president comes to power while your predecessor were doing, and you leave everything, you start something else. Then where are we going as a nation? So I will applaud President Boakai for why he carrying on. Maybe the day he will start with his arrest agenda, that will be like 2028. And when he leave, whosoever will take over, and then he will start with his arrest agenda. But just as Monk said, if this is from the MRU and what have you, we are going to see a groundbreaking ceremony with the Liberian government. And Unity Party every day they say what the groundbreaking ceremony Joseph Boakai have done, this kind of project. But now they're running away. Oh, you see, because the president contact, we told you the paper get contact all the time. Anywhere here, George, we are here. MRU, they didn't come to build a presidential palace. That anytime they can, they will reside. They will run away. But today they are hiding this. You see, if it is for the government, if that the government is doing it, or presidential villa, the government is carrying on for anybody that will come tomorrow. Why are they even preventing people to even go there? You see, this is Joseph Boakai retirement home. He is building in Lofa County. They're only trying to say it's a presidential palace tomorrow, but they can't tell you where the money coming from. And nobody, Joseph Boakai says, yeah, Fini, you go lay down over there. This government will not tell anybody where the money coming from. And is this the government that want to prosecute people for corruption? That alone is another act of corruption. But people will be saying, oh yes, that's development for Lufa County. What impact would that baby make on the lives of the Lufians? This is what I want to know. When your children are going to school, when you go, you touch that building, it will give you school fee for your children. When your children say you touch that building, it will make them to heal. When you don't have job, when you touch that building, it will give you job. Like $10 million, if Joseph Boakai came to rescue the Liberian people, he could have diverted that money into something that will create job for the Liberian people. This is thing we expect for a rescue government. What have this government really done that say, oh yes, this is the meaning of rescue? This is just another wasteful spending that they campaign against that the previous administration will carry on. But today they will tell you, Joe, we have built condominiums, so Joseph Boakai get the right to build presidential palace. Then why is the difference between George Weah and Joseph Boakai? If you only came to power to continue what George Weah did that you said were wrong. So this is what we get. We wait till 2029. Let it decide what go for them again. We will only be reminding them. Okay, the highest I spend like brother 1 month. Maybe the time we spend 2-3 months when I retire and go back home.
All right. So quickly before we go to the line to interact with our people, like I always saying here on this radio, nothing that you will do in secret anymore that will not come to light. No need to waste your time. It's just that the Liberian people now, I think they are the problem, because if they want to hold their government accountable, they will do. Because nothing is hiding anymore. Nothing. Everything be coming to the media, be coming outside on the social media back to back. But because the people choose which side, the monkey always say, which side to be on, who to support, who to protect. I don't get it more.
That's a competition, but that's why I told you. I said that the difference of social media made in war history. Back in the day, the media used to control the narrative because information was very limited. So only few people had privilege to information, so they could determine how the public react. But these days, everybody got something that backpacker called a cell phone. You are an independent reporter. You are an investigative journalist by yourself. So there's nothing you can do in hiding these days. So what people will do, what the government, other people will do, they will try to manipulate the information and discredit the people that are bringing, because now everybody can ask. That's just why it is. They no longer control the narrative. Now everybody can form an opinion of their own. That's just why it is.
And that's it, Monk. That's just the first. So quick. Let me just say to some of you that your activists, because we may not read everything today, so we will just pick point that indeed send a letter to the president that indeed is about time that the president or do radical reform, because the civil servants, they are, I don't know whether you use the word, is more than the slavery for someone to be making less than $100. You know, some of them they make $86, some of them they may below 110, 150, just like that. So your civil servant, those of you in fact who are also civil servants, they say you make $86, you make 115, you make 150, you made this. That's why Mountain is saying. So Mountain sent a letter to the president, appealing to the president or calling on the president to make some radical reform so that at least your life can get better. Because if you make $86 a month, for God's sake, someone made $86 or less than $100 per month, is that person working? For me, I don't think they are working. Because that don't work. You make $86, you make $100 a month. Is that work? By the way, let's go to the line to interact with our people, our callers. Those of you that you can place in your calls, 0770-203-125. That's the number to call this evening to be part of the show. Please, 1 minute at most. David King, good evening.
Good evening, Mark and Mayborn.
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, you know, what I claim my attention, it is the $10 million project, quote unquote, Mono project that is ongoing. The last time I checked that project, I have a friend in the EPS. They carry some materials at that project when he and I met at Pacopin Junction, and he had 3 trucks in convoy of 1 pickup. And he said they were carrying the president horse material in Foya. But today, to my dismay and surprise, after Eddie Diablo came up with this stuff, then with Gary Moore, how they call it, Daniel Santos say he want to believe, he be made to believe that it's a Mono River Union project. Since this thing is a Mono River Union project, what is your program for it? How did the bidding go on? Who is the contractor? So people cannot be lying to us, because what we are getting, that the money company that they want to give to, they are the one that giving $10 million, bidding $10 million mansion for the president in Foya.
All right, and last day. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, we need to move on to the panelists on the Abby Johnson again from Dupo District number 4, Mozzarella. You see, when the people are on everything, or when people pretend like they think the argument doing, I can't do it. Then when you come to power, it is doing. You're not able to come up with everything to the people on why you're doing up. You know, because the way Ryan said, we are ready to pay property, we are paying seminary, we are do all kinds of things. Now this president is taking people money to build mansion in Lufa. When you try, so push can go there. I don't know why it's there, but you know you go talk about it. So the one that people will go work to get money. But you pay president so party $10 million in that for money. But we speak up in the other people say we're joking. But they country going down the drain. They put the country now in the toilet. Now they don't say for grocery, but it is in the toilet colony. People get their food to children are not in school, but the president is people taking $10 million to put in one construction project that was in tomorrow. It will be there. The thing are in 2 zones, great, was fast go in. Thank you.
My young man, see you, man. Oh, so you won't go. Hello? Yeah, maybe the other caller. Hello? Go evening. Yeah, go evening. I don't know. You walk up. Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead, my brother. Yeah, Prince, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe the situation was saying if people come to power with us, they're not to put policy that you got a proper benefit, that will self interest, they all look after a day and a self. You're going to put in a power forever. So they have to do something that tomorrow move in power, they can be dependent on that. That's the project because no that is said in Foya. They say they are number 3.6, new using 3.6 they don't to pay how easy profit. So what can I get the getting all money for the invest in that place? Now that's school fee. People not get money to pay your school fee. Now if you have set up when you go to send we go to send you even you want to get better thing they send you also to go back tablet. I got money they can invest in the hospital in the hospital or any you I got money you have to for 200,000 200,000 you have to for don't you have if we get that money into you, I need to abandon you to benefit you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's continue to Hello to this caller. That manage the time. Good evening.
Yes. Thank you. Good evening.
Go ahead, my brother Hussein Kew.
Yeah. Thank you so kindly for the recognition. Let me say good evening to your team of panelists. So I follow the show and I listen to the different views. So, and I love the way you plays it, right? Some of those things, when it comes from the public, more especially credible journalists and investigators, actually have to go further to investigate. So, as we speak, you can use the best word, saying alleged, right? Because it has not been established that project is a government or it is the president project. Right? There is no fact to establish that. So as a professional journalist who plays it, you always say it is alleged that this project is the president or the government project. So that's the best way you could place it. So I'm not going to speak to that. And then just say this. We can listen to the speech of the president. No African leader at that GA that spoke better than what President Biden spoke. You could not have placed it any better or further than what he said. He cut key points. When you read that speech delivered by the president, there were key points distract in his speech delivered at the UG. So I think we have to appreciate our own.
All right. Thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, Maple. How are you?
I'm okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Rose Smith calling from Mount Berkeley.
Go ahead, my Rose.
Well, why is it that our present lawmaker are now learning from the past lawmaker? Every other day, things that were containing. Just yesterday, were containing job we have for building the horses. And then they are taking a very serious step. See, when former president told me how there. That one grass trees growing into that place. When we cry here 24 hours,
they're looking for horse, door horse. That and nobody can go for door horse. Why don't we go on?
They say that it is not for the president. Then how come state security money in that place? The president is saying that they're not in the middle. They're making out of this here. They're making out of this here. Why is it that? Why in that the local player state security money in that place? They need to come out and tell awesome people.
All right, thank you, man. Dear. Even though the government I may come out to say whether they know or they don't know. Hello, Pascal Davis. Good evening.
Devon, how you doing?
I'm okay, man. Dear brother, thank God for life. Go ahead.
Their profession, you guys have to do in the media.
My brother.
When you see you don't want to, you're better talking.
I'm what you call the truth. We're saying the same thing that you're saying.
When you say the government have not spoken, I mean, they are wondering. What if the prefer thing, good governance call for openness? I don't know whether more is the West. Good governance calls for openness. Which government will want to do a project, especially when that project is being collaborated, and we now want our country to be aware? Which country? Tell me. Tell me. Unity Party. They want to be solid. They want to be helpful. The whole country can know. You're talking about $10 billion property. And you say they will not tear off. You listen to the journalist, people are denied of going to access that. Imagine, look, Memo, you can put a spin on whatever you want to say. I mean, more is not shouting here today, but more. The president bought 2 leftos worth 1.4 million. Right here in front of our eyes. Even though he said we're going to everybody go to work. But he bought leftos worth 1.4 million. So what more y'all wanted men to do before you know say he's destroying the country? What can workers do again for you to, in fact, we were told that that man was who? He was coming out to do anything just to serve us. You could not ride any car. You could not buy new clothes. You could not build a new house. That's what they said. For us to be hearing, no more. Maybe I can need more than 5 entities or 6 entities.
All right.
Budget in the next 10 years will not read that man. It's a budget use 10 million base. You want to be professional, yeah?
All right. Thank you. Keep a calls coming, my brother. Yeah, man. Keep a look, that's the society. It is still alleged. No matter how you want to tell me, but as far as we're concerned until. Hello? Yes, my brother, good evening. Go ahead. I don't know where you are, but would I get hello? You getting me? Wow. I don't know, but go ahead. Sorry, I think you got to call back. We're not getting. Hello, today's caller. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is calling from downtown Lima County.
Yeah, thank you for joining us from Nimba. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, but what I want to say, you know, all you people are feeling a got most of what downhearted. Really downhearted. The only person who look at now that can solve our problem at Europe, like only God. Only God. So when you're talking it, I mean, the politicians are taking over the citizens are many. The people, most of them are or illiterate people. They are illiterate. So they take advantage of that. So if they don't even know what's going on,
exactly.
They don't know who they never been before. And majority, I don't know more in the country yet. They are illiterate.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. You don't talk about it. You talk about interest. You're not listening to it. You don't understand. So it's okay. Put it. So only call can come to our corner. Only call.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Uncle. To this caller, good evening. We'll take one more call and go to the WhatsApp now.
This is the voice of Abba Dekwana, Yella, and our phone in for Lima County, to be precise. This number 7 Saturday.
Thank you for joining us from district number 7.
All right, thank you very much. Let me first appreciate every one of you for the talking point tonight. You know, yesterday some of us are in a downhearted supporter of the restoration. So yesterday we preached politics against the past government for doing things that is not
for doing the wrong things. Yes.
On the basis of change. And we preach politics against the people that they were not doing things in the interest of the people. So if for any other reason our government can on any other projects while they're being realized, they should be able to inform the public about those things. Because as they tell them to inform the public, this is where the issue of misinformation and disinformation is circulated.
Exactly.
You get what I mean? I will support our government telling on a project without the public being in the loop. So again, I want to say thank you very much and thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me move straight to Louis. Louis, and I say.
There's a guy before you, this caller, there was a guy who called me, he said, only God. Only God. I can't hear him say, only I laugh at you, only guy say, only God. Never, God don't come down from heaven. You know, sometimes, you know, monk, to be quiet is my favorite on the show. God don't come down. God give us 5 senses. And I like to throw that to monk. I always told you people on the show, and I will say it repeatedly, the government is not the problem. The problem are the people. The problem are the people. people.
Like it.
The people deserve what they get. The people like to be used. The people like to be abused. It is the people. It is not the government. Maybe I bet you now, take the 103 lawmaker, 73 representative, 30 senator more. Take all of them, put new 103 there. The 103 will be worse up than the group that just left. The guys go to the legislature for business. It is business purposes that they go to the legislature. They don't go down there to represent the Liberian people. But the Liberian people are made to believe that they're going to represent them. They're going to impact their life. They're going to transform their life. That's lies. That rhetorics. They go there for business, squarely business. Meet the concession, meet the money, compete the money law, and get to these people. Look at right now. There's a prospective in Sano for Hammer Bread Company. Hammer Bread said in Bukonjiri, I hope they're there. The value of the gold there is 18 billion. They're about to broadcast the Hammer Bread concession now. 18 billion worth. That just Sano alone. Hammer Bread is about to take over. I'm not talking about Grand Cape Man with BMT. So the people go to government for business. The legislature, they go there for business. Everything you hear it, the citizen deserve it.
Thank you, Brother Louis. Yeah, thank you so much. And that's why they are buying football boots and jerseys and so forth for the people, because they believe that they can use football to get the people. So let's go to the WhatsApp line. There are a few people they're calling on the WhatsApp, please. Let me take some WhatsApp call quickly. Then so a lot of people they're calling me on the WhatsApp. You can do now. Those of you who are calling, been receiving serious calls or so many calls from the WhatsApp. But again, people, that's it. They were getting football. Oh God, look, this is going to be interesting. Hello to this caller. Good evening from the WhatsApp line.
Yeah. Hello, Memo.
Yes. Hello, my dear. How you doing?
I'm calling from X6.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining us.
You know, Memo. Pardon?
No, I said thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, thank you, Memo. You know, Memo, we'll look for it. We'll look for it. And our senators and representatives are not helping us. They have to make noise. They have to order these people. They have to ask this man. If it's something for international community, as they say, ECOWAS, why he jumped from Vogema, the capital for how do you call it?
Go to Foya.
Foya. Why couldn't go to Vogema? I think Vogema is the head, is a city for the whole county.
Lofa County, yeah.
Why not bidding it? Why not bidding in Lofa County? You have to jump over Vogema and go to Foya to go bid it there. That they pay you carry international community. That they pay you carry them. So thank God that he said for us. So he should know. We should make nice, but we don't have senators to speak for us. We don't have representatives to speak for us. So Joseph Walker and people should know that they say for us. So if also he make an attempt to enter it, that they tell them US citizens.
All right, thank you. Even though the government come out here to tell what are that thing for us, you might make it wrong. We don't hear from the government yet. If you listen, the people, the media is saying that nobody can enter, nobody can talk to anybody. Citizens can go there, according to the OKFM reporter who just informed us. I think some of you were listening to our colleague Julius Jet, who said that indeed there's no access. Nobody give you anybody way for you to enter before you can even, or before you know exactly as to who own it, whether it's for government or if for who, we don't know. Hello to this. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mebon.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Mebon, you know what happened here around the country, almost like, something that is unbelievable. Now, come chicken to factory, we are now cut off. We are now cut off. There is no access of moving a vehicle in chicken to factory. No way from the quota all the way to the end of the road. It's damaged.
Yeah, I know that road.
Right in the capital city. And then we are hearing that President Boyka using $10 million to pay his home. Maybe what we are going through is very much difficult for us to get to the chicken factory road now.
All right. Thank you, Chief.
He said, no, maybe wait small, please.
Go ahead.
Please.
Yeah, go ahead.
From the beginning of the road, from the quota, the Gownsville quota, towards the Johnson Vista, I say we are cut off.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that tomorrow by God grace. Thank you for flecking that.
According to the information, they are using money out, only to get a benefit, but in the city here, they are not doing anything at all. Nothing. Come and see Chicken So Far Road. I say we are cut off.
All right.
The vehicle, motorbike, they are refusing us.
I know, my dear brother. I know how frustrating it is. Myself, I once upon a time, I used to go that end to visit people. But the same way we didn't go. Well, no, here, nobody when a company. I think without bidding, it will be for us. But mom, we have fun bidding. No, what can you take the bidding?
Well, another day, I mean, we'll hear from our people, and exactly what we've been discussing. You know, Louise and myself, we got the same, the way we process information. Almost like we come from the same school of thought, and he just said it all about Liberia. You hear me, Mabon? I think you're muted.
Yeah, Mark, I'm getting
you are loud and clear, Mark.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. The people are not victims, they are accomplices. That's why they set up for. And they condone it. That's why they will come on radio to defend. The other man listen to all the speeches, and he wanted to tell our FTC we never listen to President Joseph Boakai speak. Why you think the other people from different countries? Why you think
just coming for distraction? Why allow him to talk?
Yeah, from whether it's Mahama or William Ruto. If Joseph Boakai's speech has substance, it was going to be they talk about it was going to be on the internet. You know, these days people don't have the information. The information is out there for you to go and see for yourself. But I think Louis said it all, and there's nothing we can do, my brother. We can just highlight this thing. It's all for people. Our job on SKTV is not to change minds. Our job is only to give the fact and let the people make their own choice. You cannot force anybody to make decisions for themselves. They are accomplices. They are not victims. That's why they will come here. They are cheering. Their roles are being disconnected. The challenges are in the country. And they will still come to play defense, no matter who you're talking about. Whether it's the previous government or the current government, that's just why it is. Everything in the country is polarized. People will look at the truth and they will try to ignore the truth because it doesn't sit well with their political leader or their political party or their tribal sentiment. Because the lady that I love listening to women got a whole different idea when it comes to how they treat things. She said, why will MRU abandon the administrative capital of Lofa County only to go build a project in Joseph Boakai hometown? Does that even make sense to you? That's just common sense. I mean, you're talking about the entire Lofa County, a very big county with a huge landmass. All the feasibility study to carry on. Nowhere else they could see except in the hometown of Joseph Boakai. So, you know, you can argue.
And that's district number 1, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
District number 1. I think I meant district, the deputy speaker, right?
Maybe it could be because he's also a Kisi, so it's not impossible. So,
yeah,
it's up to you. 2029 again can come. You can go and do the same old thing. It's up to you. Nobody responsible for your decision. We will all be victimized.
Yeah. Will come, man.
Yeah. Another says you can go and do the same old thing. You know, somebody told me, Mom, our people can get it because they lost suffering. I said, no, I don't think they lost suffering that much because people that lost something, they don't complain. You won't call a single person in that country to give you any positive response as to how their life is doing better. Everybody complaining that things is tough, that economy is not going well, the cost of living is getting too high for them. So I don't know, because when you say someone lost something, then they will appreciate it. But I don't know a country that you call and almost everyone will keep complaining, but yet you say they love it. I don't think they love it that much. They are just stuck with it because they just cannot live past their emotion. That's why I keep telling you, we were giving you a brain and we were giving you a heart. The brain was for thinking, the heart was for emotion. So if you can use your heart to think instead of your brain, then you will live with the consequence of your decision. And that's the only thing I love about democracy. You make your choice and you live with the consequences of your decision. You can't blame nobody to be like, oh, it was because of Melbourne. No, you cast your ballot. Anything that comes after that, we will all live with it. And that's
the point. Thank you so much, Mark. Brother Ali, what say you? We got to go no time.
Yes, or Melbourne, just as Monk said, I don't know. Liberia is not there before all the war, where things were happening. At that time, there were no internet, so people can just come out and lie. If you come here hosting and say President Boakai delivered one of the best speeches at the United Nations General Assembly, where? Because we saw president that delivered speech, people made speeches that today are taking the airway. So if you say President Boakai delivered one of the best speeches at the United Nations General Assembly, why is it not taking the airway? When he came here, he spoke a beautiful English. It took the entire internet. So why? So only you alone or only Liberian people know that their president spoke well. That's just deception. You can just come here to when we are discussing something important, you want to come and take off track. You see, Bakakim is 2 years telling part of lies to the war, things that his government had never done and they will never do. Even you gave him 12 years, then you come and say, that's Liberia for us. This is why all of people say the problem is not the leaders, but the people who voted them. And that's true, because you don't want to stand up. We don't stand up to our leaders. We praising them, and then encourage them to use us more. So that's it. That's the rescue government. So it was a great show. Thanks to the callers. We appreciate them always participating on the show as well. Thanks to those people in the comment section. We read your comment. The one that makes sense, we will talk about it. The one that doesn't make sense, we leave it there. Asatu Mensa, don't mind those people. That's it. The praising. And like the other woman say, they the one voted the Unity Party. They are not crying. Why are we crying? If politics was like something when you vote for Mong, when Mong doing anything wrong, it will only affect those that voted for him. You will not see people discussing this thing. But when the president lead well, everybody benefit. When they do the bad, the entire country suffer. This is why we say this thing. God bless America. God bless Liberia.
I like that. When the leaders lead well, the entire country enjoy. But whenever the leader lead bad, or whenever they have bad leadership, all of us will suffer. And that's just the fact. Everything we go through in a society of ours affect everyone. No one is, I don't know, maybe someone will say that may not be affected one way or the other. We are up on all of these things. If transportation fares go up, it will affect me, it will affect you. If commodity prices go up, it will affect me, it will affect you. So indeed, we are the problem. Let me be frank. We see our leaders, we see their behavior, but we like it. We praise them and we sing praise and worship to them all of the time. Just because we look, someone told me, a friend of mine told me not too long that he preferred to go to the US and be in prison than to be outside here in Liberia. And if you bring plane or you bring ship and say who all want to leave today, Liberia will be empty. All of them are even here and there defending their politicians. They will want to go. So again, good night to all of you, our callers and our followers, our viewers. Thank you so much. We have to go, no time. Yeah, Yamuntu, we got to go, no time. We'll take all of the calls on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. Good night to all of you. Love Liberia, think Liberia, and build Liberia. But please, make sure that you always inform the Liberian people. They are the one that gave you the job. Hiding things from your people is not necessary. Thank you, and good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The project is giving us here and the purpose of them. The welcome and life without care.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Cleverly, so make you again Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get as say my jamo. And you no money, the more I go. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, that time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving a real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.